Have you had cavities like your whole life? Like as long as you can remember, since you were a kid, you just keep getting cavities. You keep getting dental work. You hate going to the dentist because every time you go, something breaks or something. They tell you something else is wrong. You have holes in your teeth. You don't like the way your teeth look. They hurt on occasion, but you've kind of gotten used to it because it's just always been like that way. Well, I see this all the time. Okay, I see people that have been going to the dentist and now they're in their early 20s. It's either they look me up because they're trying to do something cosmetic, or they look me up because they're just looking for something better. Okay, they've been going to a dentist that's closest to them, or their insurance told them to go to this dentist, but everything keeps going wrong. Well, I get these people in, okay? Sometimes they come to me for that. Sometimes they don't know. They just came in for a cleaning. I look at their mouths and they're in their 20s and their teeth look like they're in their 60s, okay? And I look at their medical history and we have to figure out why. So a lot of these people, often young women, okay, have some type of an airway disorder. What did I just say? Airway? Yeah, how do you breathe? Okay, it's weird. So people have heard of sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is where you stop breathing when you're sleeping, okay? You ever seen someone on a bus or a plane and they're going, and they like wake themselves up? So it happens a lot on the planes and stuff. People sleep with their head back. They sleep their head back, the airway closes. So that's them stopping breathing. And then that, like that, that's them body waking themselves up. When that happens, okay, your body's not gonna let you die like that, so it wakes you up. And there are people that this happens to all night long, okay? Multiple times an hour, all night long. That's sleep apnea. But there's a different version of sleep apnea, a much rarer version. It's called, it's really not even sleep apnea. It's called, but it's an airway disorder. It's called Upper Airway Resistance Syndrome, UARS. And unlike sleep apnea, the stereotype for sleep apnea, this doesn't mean everyone, but when people think of sleep apnea, they think of the old fat man, okay? And medicine is trying to get them to stop from having a heart attack while they sleep. They look for the people who are already sick. But I get these people who are in their 20s, these females usually, not always, but often females, that have this version, UARS, and the stereotype for them is the young, fit female, the exact opposite of the old fat man. I mean, in some ways. But anyway, so what's happening there? They're not stopping breathing like I just showed you. They're not getting as much oxygen. So when you're not getting as much oxygen, a lot of things happen, okay? Or to sleep apnea. You don't get into deep levels of sleep. When you get into your deep levels of sleep, it's when your brain makes memories, when your body heals, okay? So these people are sleeping maybe a full 8 hours, but they wake up, they're still tired all the time. And also, when you catch your breath like that, acid vapors come up from your stomach, okay? Acid mixes with your saliva, starts to erode your teeth, okay? Your body grinds its teeth, okay, for a couple of reasons. It's not because your bite is off. When you grind your teeth, okay, saliva is produced. Also, helps neutralize those acids. Also, when you're not getting to your deep levels of sleep, your cortisol levels go way up. Cortisol is your stress hormone. So a lot of these young women going their whole lives, always being tired, even though they're sleeping 8 hours. They also want to work out all the time because they have this cortisol stress and you want to get rid of it. Grinding your teeth also helps get rid of that cortisol. It feels good to grind your teeth. These are the reasons people are grinding teeth. So we got two things going on. We got acid that's eating our teeth away, okay? You might feel it in the form of acid reflux. So it feels like a sour stomach in the morning. You can't drink orange juice. You want taking Tums all the time. But then a lot of people don't feel it. They still have it. I see it on their teeth. It's a very specific look on teeth. It's not something necessarily that you can look at. And a lot of dentists just think it's from grinding. I used to think it was from grinding. But it's a very specific look. Then you just look at millions of teeth, you know what acid looks like when it's eating away at the teeth. So we see these 20-year-olds that come in. I see they're also on anxiety medication. So we don't get levels of sleep, okay? Your brain's not making those memories. You're feeling tired all the time. What happens when you're tired, okay? You're not thinking right, okay? So we see this even in children, okay? A lot of ADHD is not all, my son has ADHD, but when you get into deep levels of sleep, don't get into deep levels of sleep, you get tired, okay? And your brain's not thinking right. So we got acid, we got anxiety medications, we got tired all the time, we got grinding teeth, acid, and all of a sudden we got these 20-year-olds with mouths that look like 6 years old, and they're always having cavities, always problems, and no one told them any of this. I just gave this speech in 4 minutes. I tell them it's been coming for cleaning. Some people are like, shut up, clean my teeth. They don't care, okay? But there's a lot of people like, light bulb. And they realize a lot of their health issues and a lot of their teeth issues have a cause. So now we can try to figure out why this is happening. We can go to ENTs, GI doctors, and we can fix their, and then I can fix their teeth. And I can do it often non-invasively. So we do highlight veneers when people are younger, especially when they're younger. I'm trying to do as little damage as possible because I don't want their smile just to look good. I want them to get to the end of their life with their teeth, looking good, chewing, having their teeth. So that's what I do, okay? Yes, I'm a cosmetic dentist, but a lot of our cosmetics are people who have tooth problems and they don't know why they have tooth problems. So if you fall into this category, if you've had tooth problems your whole life, and some of the things I just said make sense to you, you might have some airway issues. There are other issues, of course, but this is a super common one. It's common in that I see a couple, 2-3 times a month. Okay, I know it even before I see them. I see their medical history. I can see on the x-rays their teeth that are flattened decades more than they should be. So these are things, and they've been to dentist. It's something that it's not really taught in dental school yet. You have to kind of go to extra education. And like I mentioned, because of my son, that's why I did this education. So I tried to figure it out for him. And it took me a while. But now I see it all the time, and you can't unsee it as a dentist. So I look at the overall health. Yes, we're making your teeth smile pretty, but we're making so you're healthier, so they last longer, they look good, you live longer, you feel better. So if all that sounds good to you, then what you can do, best way to get started, click the link in my bio, go to my website, austinartisticdental.com. Click on the link that says virtual consult. Send me some selfies of your teeth. Tell me your history. If any of what I just said made sense to you, like click some boxes, well then tell me about that. And then I will send you back a personal video, telling you my thoughts, telling you how I think I can help you, telling you what the options are, telling you what it costs. And then if that makes sense to you, then come on in. Let's start. Let's get you healthier. Let's get you smiling. That's what I do. I'd like to help you. Let's do it.